in November, the Buccaneers lost their first game against the Panthers. Can Carolina finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here comes Nelson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback. Throwing, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Now Jones.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Man open, here is Jones.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Joe Tryon.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here comes Nelson.
And able to get this out to the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The numbers for Evans a week ago. 4 catches, 55 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Rex with the extra point.
The lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away.
Here comes Nelson. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
On first down, Jones. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Quick slant, caught by Moore. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. McCaffrey on the toss right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. To try again after the sack. Jones. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gay knocks this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man. And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction,
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd down and 8.
Back to throw. Jones. This one complete to Scott Miller. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jones on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Got a man complete to Miller. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
In man coverage, your #1 cardinal rule, don't get beat deep. And that's why the comeback route is so effective, because that's how they're selling it, Brandon. Taking you all the way upfield before breaking it back down.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. This is caught by Evans. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Now Jones, a final shot before break. They'll leave it for Hunt, complete. So it's halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Each team making their final preparations for this 2nd half. We're about ready, too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, you may have to dial things back a little bit. Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Joe Tryon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Jones throwing on 1st down. Finding Knox there, complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down now, it's Hunt, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
To throw again on second down, Jones swings this out for Hunt. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4. Check, Mike 42. And watch that, and watch the ball.
On play action, they'll throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll set up a throw. Caught on the right side by Jones.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now back to throw. Flush to his right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Panthers have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Bucs ready to take over once again. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Throwing Jones. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now Jones. It's complete. It's Miller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
I was choking myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Nifty move. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bucs down by 2 touchdowns. And time, a huge factor. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10.
Jones throw taken in by Miller.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Now Jones. Finding Hunt.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here's Jones.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were really helped by their defense.
It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Texans and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
To throw is Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is intercepted.
Picked off by Juwan Bentley.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoff.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some time.
See what happens. Touchdown, Carolina!
Christian McCaffrey.
His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Christian McCaffrey, this is where he can be so dangerous, CD. This offense, they devise ways to get him the football in space and just let him go.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And he now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this. He's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number. Really signifies that you've had a big year.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go!
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the red zone now, Watson.
That's complete. Okuebuna.
Touchdown! Albert O. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jonathan Grenard.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 76 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Lutz with the extra point.
And it will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on it. And now off to the races down the right side. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Texans. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. 2nd down and inches.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted,
pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
2nd and 5.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Able to shake him up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. They'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. This will be caught by Brown. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And now another one thrown incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, Watson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard.
Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And that is incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
They'll try and throw for it here. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. There he goes, left side. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty, so that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. Watson's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready, too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And just shutting him off there. Touchdown, Houston.
Albert Okuebuna,
his 3rd touchdown of the game. 11 on the year.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now it's the backup Newton. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Newton. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Brian Poole.
And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Watson on first down. Finds the open target, Arnold. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Again, it's Watson.
That's complete. Okue-Bunam.
Give him 9 there, the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 11-yard line.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
On third down, it's Wilkins. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They run again with Wilkins. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Caught on the right side by Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And we're back now in Charlotte. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He's going to look deep for more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.